everybody. It's been a long time and a lot has gone on since I stopped and just gave updates. So first off, you'll notice this isn't Dragon. I made the switch to max size because, as I said, I wasn't 100% enjoying Dragon. I don't know that I would necessarily say it was the program. If I had to give it one good word, it would be busy. The program just had a lot of components. Like I said, those total body workouts where there's a lot in one workout, and it took a lot of time, and time was just not something I seem to have right now. So I wanted to continue and go back to more of a German volume training split, which max size does do that, and I needed simple, not simple necessarily in the execution, but simple format, because my brain just has not been able to tolerate anything that was too much, which Dragon just was too much. So in regards to max size, it's a German volume training split with a Athlean-X twist to it. I think he calls it XVT 10 training, something like that. But you'll have two body parts: chest and back, shoulders, traps, biceps, triceps, and each body part will have one heavy lifting move in that workout, and then you'll have a finisher at the end of the workout, and it's called XVT 10. I'll correct it down here because they're 10 buys, so you're doing 10 sets of these exercises. I did know that I had a little issues like getting the weight right. Obviously, if you're going to do 10 sets, you're not going with, your 1 rep max. But I felt like some of the exercises I started way too light. Other exercises, it was like, there is no way I'm getting through 10 sets with this weight. And even then, I've had some issues. Like I'm getting through it, but I haven't wanted to necessarily be down here doing the workouts. In fact, I think on shoulder and trap day, the night before, I had watched the CrossFit Games and I saw they had a handstand race, and all of a sudden that sparked my handstand interest. So I had my husband outside. I was attempting to do the handstands and walk on my hands. So after the 10 buys in the shoulder and trap workout, I scrapped his finishers and decided to go outside and do the handstands for something fun. I also have, I've mentioned her before, her Instagram, her name is Sonata Greca. She is a fitness instructor. She has her own app. But if you go to her Instagram is, it's workouts. She posts workouts, and her moves they're very unique and creative. So I have found I'm enjoying those right now, just taking moves from her Instagram and putting them into my own circuits. It's not too hard. Grab 5 exercises and you do 35 seconds on, 25 seconds off, and do a couple of rounds of that. It's been cardio. I don't know, that's just jumping around and moving is it puts me in a better mood, lifts my spirits. We just personally, everything, it kind of felt like just came to a head, like it just exploded between my husband working ridiculous amounts of hours and then he hurt himself. I ended up with some medical issues that are being watched, and the possibility of, I was really down in the dumps. I was thinking I was going to have surgery relatively soon. Fingers are crossed that it won't come to that. And just life became I was burning out, so overwhelmed. So like I said, everything in this past couple days, it just came to a head and it exploded. But things seem to it almost needed to explode for everything to calm down and just smooth seas again here after the horrific storm. So I'll back to max size. So you've got your 4 days of those 10 buys with your body splits. I want to say you do chest and back, glutes and hams, rest, shoulders, traps, biceps, triceps, and then it's called the 10-minute torture, which I have not done yet. I have to do that today. Each muscle group has its one exercise, and you're doing some reps and then you're having to hold at peak tension that move, and you keep increasing your hold for so long. But I found it a little interesting, or I guess I was concerned, I should say, that the last workout is your shoulders and traps, and shoulders you're doing overhead presses, and then the 10-minute torture workout follows that the very next day, where you're doing overhead presses again for shoulders, and you're doing your traps again as well. And I guess I'm under the impression that your muscles need a little bit more recovery time. So I decided to throw in an extra rest day there. But that's what's going on right now. Max size is just fitting where I am at with what I need, but I do foresee in the future sprinkling in quite a bit of my own cardio. I've been running a lot and doing a lot more of that, creating my own circuits with the Sonata Greca moves. And one more note, when I was in the doctor's office, obviously when you're in the doctor's office, they take your blood pressure and your pulse. And I remember the nurse on my first doctor visit, she was like, wow, nice low blood pressure. And then she took my resting heart rate, pulse, whatever. And she's like, wow, 50, do you work out a lot? So, that was kind of nice. That felt like a little bit of a compliment, because it's kind of what you do it for. I mean, yeah, you look good, but it's nice to feel good, and it's nice to know that it's really doing what it should be doing, which is making you healthy. So other than that, that's what's going on. So just finished the 10-minute torture workout. That's called burn ladder, because your hold time increases as you progress in the exercise, and it was pretty brutal. In fact, I didn't reach the top of the ladder on every move. Some of them I just had to cut it short. But so that finishes up week 1 of max size. Tomorrow's a rest day, and I'll see you guys next week. Like I said, sprinkling. I'm finding that I'm using the max size for my heavy lifting, but sprinkling in a lot more of my own circuit training with those Sonata Greca moves that I'm rather enjoying right now. So keep pushing through the best that you can. But sometimes you just got to give yourself that mental break, and I totally understand that. But I will see you next week.